Hey you guys. Okay, so I've missed you. I love you. Happy New Year. Unless we've talked since then. Oh yeah, I did a video with the Pac-Man earrings. So honestly, I could not decide what we were gonna make today. I have so many ideas, and that's kind of been my delay. Like, oh my God, we have so many things we could do and that we could make and create. So on one video, we're gonna be using this really super cute mold. So this is a mold of the continent of Africa with a pendant and some earrings. I ordered this way last year. Never used it. It's specifically for resin. My only concern is I'm gonna try to use it with hot glue. I pray it doesn't ruin it. But I don't even know. I don't know if it can withstand the temperatures of hot glue or not. But guess what? We about to find out, I guess. So I have the oldest to date hot glue gun, right? This was my mom's hot glue gun. Look, it's got stuff stuck to it. It's a hotmess.com. My mom used to design, what did she do? She used to make wreaths and stuff like that, and this was her hot glue gun. And I was like, well, I guess it doesn't make sense for me to buy a new one, but y'all, it is so ugly. So anyway, you already know from the beginning of the video that I got some hot glue sticks from the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna try that out. And I'm super excited to try this mold. We're also gonna try, let me see, I got some wax paper because you wanna be able to use the hot glue on wax paper. I have my X-Acto scissors, and then I found some of my molds out in the garage in my other craft section where we keep the clay stuff. So I'm gonna attempt to make a hot glue pair of circular earrings that we can paint on and design and make into different things, because what is in for this fall, for this coming spring and summer for 2022 is statement jewelry. So you already know this is a statement jewelry channel. We've been on that, right? But anyway, so we want to see what we can make statement wise with these two things and with some hot glue. And then in the second video, go ahead and be prepared by getting your stuff now. Go get you some cardboard boxes. You want to get you some white glue. Y'all, got this from the Dollar Tree. Look how big this thing is. So I got this one from wherever. My husband probably bought this for Miriam a while back. But this white glue was $1.25, because now we know Dollar Tree is $1.25 tree, right? But this big old bottle, oh my good gracious. So you're gonna need that, and you're gonna need some toilet paper and some paper towels. I saw a statement jewelry idea and some things popped in my head, so we wanna make that. And you're gonna need your paints, of course, colors of your choice. But starting out, this is what we're gonna need. You're gonna need your hot glue gun, you're gonna need your hot glue sticks, and you're gonna need some wax paper to work on. So I'm gonna get rid of that because that's a regular just white sheet of paper. And then we're gonna tape this down to the table because of course we're gonna need to be able to peel the glue up. So let me go plug in my hot glue gun. Pray I don't mess up my molds, and let's see what we can make. Okay, so I set my glue gun over to the side. And so, you know, the other thing that's been in a lot that's in for this spring and fall is chains. So I'm really wanting to be able to add some chains, and that's why I'm trying to use a lighter material. So like if I was to use the wood pieces we normally use and I wanted to add chain to it, I think it would just make everything too heavy. So I'm gonna slide us over a smidge bit. And you don't want the earrings to be heavy, right? Especially because you don't want anything pulling on your ear holes and stretching them out. But the other thing, of course, you know, we could do is we could make some clip-ons. So we could do that as well. Y'all see the dog's bowl back there. So let me move over. And because he's by the front door by me today. So we're gonna go ahead and put our glue gun in here and let it start melting. I saw where somebody had used their glue gun with crayons. It was on a TikTok video or either a craft, ooh, this thing got hot, or either a craft video, but my only concern was, I wonder if it gets stuck in the hot glue. I mean, like in your hot glue gun. Let me know, have you ever tried crayons? I know it's just wax, so it probably shouldn't. It should be pretty easy to clean up. So I'm just gonna do a test to see. It's not melted yet. So hopefully this thing will even work. I hadn't used this thing since Jesus was a baby. I may have to go buy a new hot glue gun. So let's give it time to see if it's gonna heat up that glue, and be right back. Okay, so it's starting to heat up, and y'all, I don't know, there's something therapeutic about hot glue. The only thing I didn't used to love about it, and you probably maybe feel the same way, is the strings. But you know, Sorry, the trash people outside. And I guess Boat said, I don't know y'all like that. Okay, so I had done the test drip on the wax paper and it stuck. So I don't know, I thought wax and parchment paper were the same thing. I guess it's not. So let's do a test on here. Let's let this cool off right quick. And while that's doing that, I'm gonna grab some paints. So with the Africa mold, I'm definitely gonna do the traditional colors of the flag because I just think that'd be super cute. And then we'll do some other colors because I kind of want to do some summer jewelry. Not kind of, you know, I said we're going to do summer jewelry. We're going to do statement jewelry. So I do want to do some stuff for the summer on the mold as well. And I got this from a young lady on Instagram. I tried to find her link before we got on here so I could message her and say, hey, is this hot glue gun safe? And I can't remember her name. I think it's called Princess Jewelry. But I will look for the link and then put it down below. So you can order one, but it came really quickly and y'all saw the coolest molds out there, but I'm rambling. Let's go wait, let this dry. Be right back so we're not wasting time. Okay, so it did look like it'll pull up fairly easily and I honestly don't care if the tinfoil pulls off behind the mold or not. I mean, behind the mold, because we can always paint that. We can make it decorative, so I'm not even concerned about that. So let's go ahead and fill up the circle here. So I'm just spreading the glue out or letting it spread itself out. This stuff is hot, y'all. So I'm kind of concerned about putting it in that mold just because I don't want it to melt that mold. But anyway. And we're going to paint this. So I noticed that some colors came out in my glue. I'm not sure what that's from. Maybe Chad might be rusted on the inside. I ain't used this thing in so long. Who knows? But we're just going to keep squeezing it out. Well, you certainly don't get a lot of glue from that glue gun. So let me get something to spread it out because you want to get an even coat because I want to have an even earring. Like I want it to fill in the circle. Because you can always go back and like cut your edges and stuff. And you probably could foul too, like if it didn't do exactly like you want it to. But look, this is art, so we're not gonna be able to control, I guess, what it does. And you know, hot glue cools really, really quickly. So I'm just gonna spread it to the edges. And then let's leave it behind because we don't want all those strings to start coming up. So we're gonna let that one cool off. And I only had one circular mold. So I'm gonna hold it up so you can see what it looks like. So it's just in there. I probably could, oh yeah, I was able to move it around from the bottom, so that's cool. So we're gonna let that cool and then we'll be right back. And then once we are able to pull that one up, then we'll pour the other one. So while you're out and about, if you're gonna be buying stuff, go ahead and be sure to buy 2 circular molds, so then you won't have to wait for it to be done. Now, I guess the moment of truth is we could go ahead and put some glue in this mold and see what happens. Let me turn it around. I think I'm gonna try one of the little ones first. Let's do a little. And just make sure to get it all the way over. Try to get it as flat as possible. And I'm gonna try not to touch the edges of the mold with the tip of the glue gun. So let's do that. I'm gonna get a toothpick so I actually think it's gonna pull out of the mold because when I was trying to move it around, the little tip of some of it had dried already. And it was easy to move. So I'm gonna let it cool off and see how that does. and sit that over to the side. Let's see how this one is doing. Ooh. What if it doesn't want to come up at all? That's gonna be funny. I think it's, oh, it's still cooling off. Okay. So I might have to give it some more time. So let's tear this ugly piece of tinfoil off, so that's not in our way. So we'll have to let it completely cool off and see what happens. I'm hoping they come out really cute though, because that's going to be a really sweet necklace pendant set. So I want this to be some earrings that we have chains and beads hanging from. And we're going to use some gold chains for that. So yeah, now we probably could sit this in the refrigerator to speed it up. So let me go do that and be right back. Okay, you guys, the moment of truth. Let's see what happened. Oh, how super cute is that? Oh my gosh, that's adorable. So just got to clean up the little edges or what have you, but welcome to the continent of Africa earrings. So super cutesy. Okay, so now I know that we have the go ahead to go and do the mold. Perfect. This is the one that's acting like it don't want to be right, so let's put some muscle into it. Okay, so tinfoil obviously might not be the best backing. But again, we're going to paint over that, so don't worry about that. But let's see if we can pop it out. Because this is just metal, so I don't see why that wouldn't just pop out. Let's see. Come on, Gloozy. Let me put my muscle into it. Y'all been lifting weights a little bit, hand weights. Okay. Trying to get this old tail in shape. Okay. So, well, that's cute. And that's going to be cute enough for us to paint on and do something and to make, but it's not that lightweight. Probably I could do a thinner glue because this one's really light, but by this one being so heavy, we probably need to be careful with like how much glue we put in there. And then we're just gonna cut around there to trim off the excess. So I would say that might be the only thing that we need to be mindful of, depending on if we're gonna attach chains and findings to it or what have you. Cause look, I probably did it too thick. So I probably could do a thinner one, and maybe this could be a pendant. So we don't have to completely abandon this as an item. We just want to make sure that we're mindful of the weight. So I would say that's the only thing, is my thickness is probably too much. So let's go ahead, and then it's stuck inside of here too. So I need to make sure, maybe I should use some type of mold release agent. So anyway, so let's do another one. I'm just cleaning this tinfoil up. I don't like raggedy edges. Are y'all like that? Like when you tear out paper, I have to make sure I have clean edges. I don't. So let's go ahead and we're gonna pour the other earring. I think it was here. Move over a little bit. Cause I'm plugged into the wall, so I gotta get all the way over here. So far, it seems really easy to work with. So let me use the toothpick while everything is still hot to move it into the crevices to be sure we get a good mold. So I would say that's probably one piece of advice. Make sure everything gets moved over so they match up. And then let's turn this side around. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough glue to fill up the whole Africa mold. If I do, it's probably gonna be a thin one. So let's, you want to make sure you have a clean mold, even though we're gonna paint. This one's been in storage. So I'm gonna start from the bottom and then work my way forward, because I'm sure by the time I get to the top, everything will start cooling off. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna stop giving me glue, so I'm just gonna push it from the back. So what I'm gonna do is see how much I can get down here, and then add another glue stick right quick. So what I'm gonna do is make sure, first get rid of that hole. Make sure everything's touched back there. And then let's grab another glue stick right quick. Why am I doing this stuff the hard way? I should have just had the other glue stick prepared to go. So there we go. I'm excited about this. I'm so glad that these silicone molds can handle this heat. Because I tried to look at a video, and y'all, I'm a skimmer. I didn't even watch the whole video, but I was just like basically Googling to see, can silicone molds handle heat? And it was saying that like the Wilton molds you can get for cake decorating and stuff, that those are good. But it was saying like the plastic type molds that you do for resin that you can get at Walmart and in the resin section at Michael's, that those aren't good for hot glue. So I pulled that up a little bit because it did release from over there. So I'm just gonna put another scooplet over there to make sure. Okay, and then what I think is going to be super cute too is if you just put these on little necklaces besides just earrings. Like, how cute are they? So while that's drying, I'm just gonna trim the back off, meaning the little edges that kind of got raised up and pulled up when I pulled everything out. How have you guys been doing? I've missed talking to you on our videos. I know the last video was so fast because I was just trying to get it out there, because I had promised a video, but I was like, well, we're not gonna rush today. I'm not off, but I'm pretending to be off until it's time for me to write my clients off. I'm just waiting on the lender to message back. But God is good. So let's just trim a little bit here. I really could take a little bit more off right there. So I'm gonna go stick this other one in the refrigerator. Oh, and let's pour, y'all, these strings are everywhere, right? So let's sit that to the side while that's drying, and let's pour another one in here. Let's see if on here, if we can get a thinner earring. I'm gonna start from the center. See if I can spread it out a little bit so it's not so thick, and then maybe move a little faster. And what's really cool is you could do like some designs with openings. And what I mean by that is like if you didn't fill the whole thing up with hot glue, you could leave little edge openings or what have you. So let's see if this one, by it being a little thinner, if it'll make a better earring, and that way we don't have to worry about it being so heavy, because I don't want anybody's ear holes being worn down. This stuff is messy though, but thank God it peels right up. I think I've completely ruined the pot holder. It was already an ugly pot holder anyway. It was brown. Like, ugh. Anyway, so let's go stick this stuff in the fridge and we will be right back. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys, I am in love with this mold. So it's still drying, but it's easy to release it. Pops right out. Welcome to the continent of Africa. So from my side, it looks like that. And that's the side it's gonna hang from, but to you, it probably looks in reverse. So, or I wonder if I need to do it that way. Super cute. So anyway, there's its little matching earring. So these are adorable. Okay, so I noticed that that one didn't touch its edge all the way enough over here so it would match. Let's see. Yeah, so like right in the corners over there. So I had to make sure I got close to the corners for the edge. But anyway, get them cleaned up. Now let's see what's going on with this one. So again, we just want a flat pair of earrings. We want a thinner pair. So I'm just gonna pop these out. I don't think it's all the way. Oh, I could use an X-Acto knife. So that's something else you could do too. So let me get the X-Acto knife for right back. Okay. So this thing completely intimidates me. I always feel it because it's so sharp. Let's see. Somehow I got it stuck in here. Okay. Yeah, pray my strength in the Lord. Okay. I think there's a way to lock it. Let's see if it's locked in. Yep, it's locked in. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it from the inside. I'm just going along the edge of the mold. Trying to keep the shape as best I can. So I would say using the silver mold isn't as fun as using, or as easy as using, the silicone mold, because those tend to pop right out. Now I do have some more silicone molds in different shapes. So I may just use those and not even fight with these metal ones. Because I have some strawberry shapes, I have some hearts, and all that jazz. So we are not going to fight with that. Let's just go on and pull it out. But I think it's literally stuck. Or maybe just not dry enough. But anyway, so that's completely ruined. Like, that's not going to work. So we're going to abandon ship on that project. Let's clean up our continents earrings. And I would say the one thing about having used the hot glue to make these is they're still pretty firm and flexible. So they may need to dry a little bit more hard, or also if they're going to stay soft like this, we want to be sure when we go to put paint on them that they are completely dry, because they still kind of feel warm to the touch. So I'm just going to trim off the little pieces that are kind of sticking out, and then we're going to paint. So I'm probably going to do like a coat of Mod Podge just to ensure that it stays on there. I've never made hot glue gun jewelry. Meaning I've used hot glue in the past, in the very beginning when I first started, to adhere backs and stuff, until I realized that wasn't a good idea. You probably had that experience too if you design jewelry. So then that's super cute and ready to go. I'm just cleaning these up a little bit. Okay. Oh, sorry. Realized I was working off camera. But I'm really just taking off the excess glue dads, like doodads. Okay. I want them to match up too, so let me put them together and make sure they're looking similar and they're looking the same, you know, because they're going to be earrings, so I want them to be the same. I do love, love, love how this turned out. Super cute. So Let me go and get the right paint order for Africa. I know somebody's gonna be like, you're African American, you don't know the right paint order for Africa, but I wanna make sure I do it right. Right? So be right back. Okay, you guys, for anybody that knows me, you know that red is my ultimate least favorite color in the entire world, which is weird because I'm in a sorority that their colors are crimson and cream. I'm like, ugh, can we change the colors? So anyway, so here are two reds I had to choose from. I'm probably gonna go with the more vibrant red. So there was the there was the Pan-African flag. That was the one that Marcus Garvey created. I think it said in 1927. And his did not have yellow in it because I was going to do the one that had green, yellow, and green, gold, and red. But that represents the Ethiopian flag. And so I wanted to do the one that Marcus Garvey created for Africa. And so it's green is for the abundance of the continent, red is for the blood, and black is for, of course, black people. So those are the colors we're going to go with because we want to be true to that flag. And I don't know, that's what I'm being led to do. I mean, was this not an epic fail or what? I mean, I'm gonna have to throw the whole mold away. But anyway, now also, I don't know how paint is going to adhere to the hot glue. So we're about to find out, right? We'll find out together. But like I said, I'm super excited about how just the mold turned out. And I am inspired to purchase some more silicone molds. Like, I don't need that like I need a hole in the head. Somebody say, Garlinda, you don't need that. Don't go buying crap you don't need. But I want it. So anyway. So maybe I can justify it with another house sale. That's what we'll do. Go sell a house and then we can buy mold. How about that? So, just shaking these up. What are y'all doing this weekend? I have to work this weekend. I'm supposed to have a client today, but the house they were interested in went under contract, but they also are probably too early looking because technically their lease doesn't expire until May, so you don't want to be looking in February because nobody's going to close that late. So let's go with green, red, and black. But let me make sure I'm doing it in the right order. Okay, it's red, black, and green. So let's write that down because I want to do it right. And it was 1920 when Marcus Garvey introduced it. So red, black, green are the proper orders. Make sure you get it right. So, yep, I'm writing notes out to the side over there. So let's do the red. And I chose True Red. This is Americana Deco Art. My favorite red is a lipstick red, but I couldn't find it. I don't think I brought it inside. So it looks like when you go to put it on here that the glue makes it kind of like translucent. So you're probably gonna need a couple of coats. It's pretty though. So what we'll probably do is let that coat dry. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some up here and let's see if it dries properly because like I said, I've never made hot glue jewelry. I wanted to try it with the crayons. I might get some crayons from Dollar Tree and see how they do, but I don't know, I don't like cheap crayons. I am a Crayola fan. Crayola, call me. Let's do something together, collaboration. So we're gonna let that dry and set it off to the side. I think it coagulated just a smidge. So let's just do one more across. Because I think if we layer it, that'll be way better. Much better. That's pretty. So let's set that over there. And then we're gonna do the tops of the little ones, of the littles, the earrings. And I'm doing a pretty generous amount, so it might take a smidge for it to dry, but we'll see. I'm just doing the edges. Because you want it to have a nice finish, okay? Now these might not be your cup of tea or your shot of vodka, but I like them. And then let's do the top of this one. And I like how it has that depth and dimension to it. They're not just flat. They're super cute. So let's go let the red dry. I'm gonna go wash my brush off. Yes, I know. I should have had wet wipes here, but I didn't. Be right there. Okay, so while the red is drying, we're gonna go ahead and do the black. Oh, these are so pretty. And then I was just thinking too, you could do some gold glitter. Like if you wanted to add the gold in here that our country is known for, right? You could add some gold glitter if you wanted to. Or you could do some yellow stripes. I mean, there's so much you can do. Because guess what? These are your statement earrings, hun. You can do whatever you want to do. Oh my God, when I tell you I'm so grateful that it's Friday, I can't even. It's like hallelujah. If I was a leprechaun, I'd be clicking my heels. Okay. Okay. Super cutesy. I can't wait for the next project we're gonna do together too. Cause I was like, while we're at it, let's go ahead and do the next video in case it takes me forever to make another one, right? Let's go ahead and knock it out. And even though I went a bit high up on that one into the red, I can either match this one up over here, or I can, once it dries, go back over it with the red again. Okay, now let's put our green. Okay, so the black was called Lamp or Ebony Black by Americana Deco Art, and this is Holly Green. And you could, like I said, use any shade of red, black, or green that you want. You could even do the glitter paints if you wanted to. That'd be pretty. And then when you're thinking about the necklace pin that you want to put this on, I'll probably make mine as a choker. If you've seen any of my videos where we made necklaces using hair bands, like the stretchy headbands, I'm probably going to put this one on something like that. Look how cute. I'm also going to paint the back just so it looks finished, even though it's touching the skin. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. I'll hold it that way because it's still wet. Cute, cute, cute. And oh my gosh, these could be stud earrings, like flat back stud earrings, instead of being dangles or whatever. I love stud earrings. That's what we'll probably do with these. But of course, you can do whatever you want to with yours. Cute, cute. So we're gonna have to let that dry. I can go ahead and do another coat of the red while we're waiting on all those to dry. And then, I don't know, I love how you can see through it, but I think I'm gonna do one more coat of red. Okay, so. Oh yeah, so when you go to do your second coat, that's gonna be nice. So you could use your metallic gold paint on here. That would be pretty. I'm trying to stop having to wash my hands. Or you could do, like I said, the gold glitter paint. And don't worry about whether or not you can see the brush strokes and the imperfections in the glue. I mean, that just denotes that it's handmade. That's not a bad thing. some black on there. So let me try to, got too close to the black side of the continents. So we're gonna let that dry and then I'll church that up. Okay, so while those are drying, I'm gonna go get set up everything for our next project so we can get ahead of that while these are drying. Hey you guys, so I just basically sat these on their side and I'm just painting the backs to match the fronts. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do the 3D Dimensional Magic or if I'm just gonna do the Mod Podge, but let's go ahead and finish up the backs. And then I'm gonna also see how easy it is to drill holes into or onto, but I don't wanna mess them up, but I do wanna add some chains and make them super cute. Hey you guys. So since we had to be waiting for our Africa symbols to dry NTA, I said, why don't we just go ahead and create a base for them, maybe to put them on. I don't know, I just want to be proactive. So let's do that. I don't know, I just felt like continuing to paint stuff while we were waiting. So I said, let's just do that. Now, these, I love diagonals. Y'all already know I don't like anything that's square. So, I mean, in terms of earrings, I don't know, they're just weird. But anyway, so I'm just gonna paint these to match the African colors as well, because why not? We need it to match. I'm trying to figure out what's for dinner. So earlier this week, I posted a meal plan and I was like, okay, this is a way that you can save time, is planning out, you know, what you're gonna cook. So the first day it worked. I was gonna do lasagna, but I ended up doing pasta bolognese, which is so good, which is still a pasta, but it's not as much work as lasagna. So ended up making that. The second day I was gonna cook chicken marsala, but I was like, well, why make dinner today when there's leftovers? One person ate the leftovers, which I think was my husband. I had the vegetable version of it, so I ate my leftovers. One of these kids of mine had pizza. Go figure. And I can't remember what the other one ate. Probably Hot Pockets. So then the second day I was like, okay, so the second day was leftovers. That was kind of bust. Then the third day, which would have been Wednesday, I did the chicken marsala. Everybody liked that, ate that. I even ate it and I didn't like it because I told you I don't like pasta noodles. So I was like, oh, that was gross. And I used to, but I think now I like the sauce of something more so than the actual pasta. So anyway, I ate it, didn't love it. And then yesterday, to stay on task with the list, we were supposed to have tacos and nachos. So I ended up, that's what we had. Miriam had tacos, Caleb had nachos, and I ate mine like with some cheesy rice. So Old El Paso, or is it El Paso? They make a Spanish rice. When I tell y'all, it is yum-me-fied. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So I had that with pinto beans. It's probably gonna sound gross. Pinto beans, hamburger on top, and salsa, sour cream, cheese melted on top. So basically like faux nachos, but I didn't eat the chips. I was gonna do a tortilla wrap, but I was like, I don't feel like it. So that was so yummy. So I may do that again tonight because tonight was supposed to be, I forget what was on tonight's plan. I had switched the days. So anyway, I don't know. My husband's not here tonight because he has a meeting. He'll be back late. So it's either gonna be leftovers or it's gonna be takeout. Yeah. But we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Let me go wash my hands. I wanted to do like fried fish or something like that, but I am not good at frying fish. So, don't know. So let's do the black part. Because again, we're matching up the same colors. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so gorgeous outside. I had to go meet my client. Shout out to him. He'll know who he is because he watches my videos. He just is relocating or buying a home in North Carolina. So shout out to him. And I went to meet him to give him his key to his new home. And it is so beautiful outside. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like 1 week we have ice and snow, and then, oh, crazy southern weather. Now it's 71 degrees outside. It's beautiful. Like, God, you go ahead and show off. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. That's what Bolt said too. He said, ditto, Mom. Okay, I'm just pulling the lines down. And I'll hold it up so you can see it. He's barking at Miss Debbie next door, who he won't go to, but he'll bark at her. So, pretty. I'm probably gonna take the black up a little bit higher, just so it's not so much red. So let's do that right quick. Here we go. Now make sure you're matching. Okay. One little section where I saw I went up too high on the red. Okay. Okay, I'm not trying to be quiet, just trying to concentrate. So, pretty. Let's clean up the sides. So, very pretty. I'm gonna sit them off to the side to dry and probably do one more coat of the red because I poked a little hole on the top of it by accident. Pretty. So, sit those to dry. And then we'll be back. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a clear coat of Mod Podge on the hot glue pieces to dry. I'm gonna use a dry brush only because in case there's water in there, I don't want it to react to the Mod Podge. I probably shouldn't have shaken the Mod Podge up either. What am I thinking about here? And it's just gonna dry clear, give it a top coat. To seal the paint and all that jazz. So, just gonna do one clear coat on the sides and the top. And this is a matte finish Mod Podge. It's not glossy or whatever. I'll probably do the back as well. Okay. Yeah, I completely have paint palettes I could be using. I don't know why I just chose to use that little styrofoam thing I used for something else the other day. We were doing a logo, painting our potential label for our hair care bottles, and I just decided to use that. Oh no. I poked a hole in the paint. So now I gotta go fix it. Let me fix it now while it's wet. And then we'll let that dry. Oh shit. I'm doing team too much. So let's set that off to the side. And leave that be while it's drying. Sometimes I touch stuff too much. Okay. And then let's go rinse the brushes off. Okay, you guys, so literally I almost want to say this could be a painting. I mean, if a banana can be on the wall and be a painting, I'm just saying. So, just kidding. So what am I doing? I'm looking for my little thin brush. Let's see. I think I got glue on my favorite one. So we're going to be using some gold metallic paint, and I want to actually do a gold line across the center of our base for our Africa earrings. These are so pretty. So this is kind of how the idea is coming together. Is we're going to do them this way and then put those there, and they're going to dangle down. So we're just going to do like a gold line like across the center. And we're just going to freehand it. Like, you don't even need to overthink it or anything. It's not going to be perfectly straight. If you wanted it to be perfectly straight, you could let everything dry and then tape it off like I did in a different video where I showed you how to get perfectly straight lines. And you don't want to press down too hard. I'm literally just, the paint is like puddled on the end of the brush. And then I'm just doing dollops and dragging it out. So that way we don't have to go back and do really multiple coats of the gold. I think I got a little bit more than I wanted to get on there. So let's just widen the band a little bit. So that's pretty. So now what I can do is, after I get the gold on there too, is I can go through and touch up the black on the opposite side, and I can make that straighter if I want to. So instead of like messing with the gold and doing any more gold, I could just, it's pretty, is I could just touch up the black and make the black line more straight. So let's do the same thing on this one. Pretty. We're gonna let this dry and then probably do one more coat just to make sure it has that really pretty gold line. Pretty. I kind of want to do it on these too. I don't know, I feel like it'll make them stand out. They're really pretty, but I don't know. I might, just because I want to. I guess if I don't like it, I could turn around and just paint over it. So I'm just gonna do one little gold line across. I think it'll just make them pop. Look how cute. That looks, oh shoot. Almost got gold on the other stuff, okay. I think that looks really pretty. Okay. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and put it on the pendant as well. So then that way, cause it's gonna be a set, so everything should just match. Okay, one more. Oh no. Oh, thank God it didn't mess up. I told y'all sometimes I touch stuff too much, just doing too much. Okay. Look how pretty. So we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna carry the gold out onto the side. I'm gonna let that dry, okay? Now you could, if you had like some gold, I'm just fixing where some of the paint had wiped off. I don't want to pick it up again, but I'm just gonna see where some of the gold paint got on the black underneath. But if you had some gold glitter nail polish, that would be pretty, because then you could, you know, make the sparkle stand out if you wanted to. I threw all our nail polish away when we moved over. My husband didn't like the smell of it, and I didn't either. And I was like, I need to find some nail polish that doesn't have all that stuff going on. It was too much. So I'm over here showing stuff for the other video. So anyway, let's let all that dry and we'll be back. Okay, so now we're gonna put the laughing with my son. We're gonna put the gloss on these and then let them dry. And we're almost done with this design. I'm pretty pleased with how our hot glue statement jewelry has turned out thus far. Just trying to open this up. Okay. So this is the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. I'm almost out of it. Oh my gosh. And it is magic. I love this stuff. So last time I went to get some, they were out of it. So I have a 40% off coupon and some rewards from Michael's that I may use over the weekend. See if I can find some. So you're just going to smooth it out. And I'm basically not squeezing a lot. More so I'm using the nozzle to drag what I am squeezing out, because I don't have a lot of it. And then we're just going to set this to dry. And it only takes a couple of hours for this stuff to dry. But you do want to be careful with air bubbles, and check for air bubbles to be sure that you don't have any in your work. So you don't want to manipulate it too much. And you definitely don't want to shake it. So if you've never used it, it's like Mod Podge's form of resin without the toxins and all that jazz. Even though I do like resin, but you have to use that in well-ventilated areas. And I like this way better than, covering your work with nail polish. Even though the Seche Vite clear top coat would probably be really good on this. It's just so the smell is too much, too loud. So that's really pretty. That has a really pretty gloss to it. So let me see, I want to pick it up and set it to the side. So it can be over here drying. And then same thing, we're just gonna start at the top, drag down. Make sure to get your edges. And same thing, just bring it on down. Bring it on down, Lord, bring it on down. Lord, let the Holy Ghost come on down. You can't do nothing till you send it on down. Send it on down, not bring it on down. Lord, let the Holy Ghost come on down. Are you ready? I'm making up stuff. But that's what I thought of when I said bring it on down, was that song. So they're not letting me on praise and worship, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to hold the mic and be on praise and worship. It just ain't gonna happen. I best stick to teaching. Okay, so pretty. So now we're gonna sit this one over to the side. Again, check for air bubbles, because once it dries, it's no going back, my people. So in part 2, we're going to put everything together, and they're going to be these incredible statement earrings that we keep talking about. We're going to let these dry so they have a really beautiful shine, and I will see you in part 2 of the video. God bless you guys.